that is chapter 5, states of matter. States of matter, if we are talking about states of matter. The states of matter means our matter. A matter is anything that is occupying the space and having the mass. If anything is occupying the space and having the mass, they will be called matter. So matter can be anything, liquid, solid or gas. Okay, because gas also occupies the space and have mass, liquid also occupies space and have mass, and solid also occupying space and have the mass. So solid, liquid, gas are the three types of matter. Let's know about them. But before that, let's know about the molecules. What are the molecules? Molecules are the very tiny particles. Okay, all the matter is made up of. All the matter is made up of the molecules. But here the molecules can be different. Okay, if we will talk about the rubber, rubber is also the matter. But here the molecules of the rubber will be the different. Okay, milk is also the matter, but here the molecules will be different. So every matter is made up of the molecules, but molecules can be different from each other. It depends object to object. Okay, a different object will have the different type of molecules. Now here I am going to discuss some of the property of the molecules. First of all, there are the intermolecular spaces. What are the intermolecular spaces? The molecules are having the space in between them. Those are called the intermolecular spaces. So every molecule is having the intermolecular spaces. They can have less intermolecular spaces like in the solid, or they can have the more intermolecular spaces like liquid and gas, but they will definitely have the intermolecular space. Second thing, they continue keep on moving at the place. Yes, the molecules of solid also move, but actually they are so closely packed, that's why they cannot move from one place to another place. They only vibrate at their places. Okay, and that's why the shape of the solid does not change, whereas the molecules of liquid and gas move a little bit from one place to another place. That's why they can flow. Okay, third, I have already discussed different type of matter have the different molecules. Okay, so these are the properties of the molecules. Now let's discuss the property of the solid, liquid and gas. Here I have compared all the properties together. Okay, it will be easier to remind or refresh your thing. See, the first is a solid. See, the molecules are very closely packed. Second is gas. That's why the molecules are little far from each other. And second is liquid. Sorry, my mistake. First is solid, second is liquid, and third is gas. And if you will compare the molecules are closely packed in the solid, whereas they are loosely packed in the liquid, and they are very loosely packed in the gas. Now let's see the properties. And the properties of the solid are, it is having the definite, that means fixed shape, fixed volume and fixed mass. Molecules are closely packed. Next, it cannot be compressed. What is the meaning of compressed? That if I am trying to compress, let me show some solid thing. See, this is the book, this is the solid. If we are trying to compress that means I am trying to reduce the size of this, then I cannot. Why? Because molecules are very closely packed. We cannot compress that. Second, about the liquid. Liquid is having the definite volume and definite mass, but not have the definite shape. They will take the shape of the container in which they are kept. Okay, if I am keeping the water in the bucket, it will take the shape of the bucket. If I am keeping the water in the glass, it will take the shape of the glass. So the shape is not fixed, but the volume and mass is fixed. They are loosely packed. Okay, they are loosely packed as compared to the solid, but they are very close as compared to the gas. Okay, and they can be compressed. Here one more time I want to explain. Compressibility means if you are able to decrease the intermolecular spaces, then that matter can be compressed. Here you are seeing there is the spaces between the molecules, and we can reduce the spaces between the molecules. That means we can compress that. So liquid can be compressed. Third is the gas. It is neither having the definite shape nor the definite volume, but mass is fixed. One thing please remember in your mind, that mass of solid, liquid and gas is fixed. Okay, only the volume and shape is changing in each of the matter. It is having the definite mass, okay, but not the definite shape and the volume. If you will keep the gas in the balloon, it will take the shape of the balloon. If you will open the balloon, it will cover all the space provided to them. It will take the shape of the room. So the shape and the volume is not fixed for the gases. Second, they are very loosely packed, and that's why they flow very fast. If we are using the perfume in this room, the fragrant will go in the other room. Okay, next, it can also be compressed. Why? Because they are having the various very large spaces between the molecules, so they can compress. Next, I am going to explain about the solubility. If we add the sugar in the water, they dissolve. That means they mix very nicely. We are not able to separate the salt or sugar again. Okay, whereas if we are mixing the sand in the water, again they are not making the solution. What it means? That means the sugar is soluble for the water. It is the soluble substance, whereas the sand is insoluble. Why? Because it is not getting dissolved in the water. So the substance which dissolve in the water is called soluble substance, like sugar, salt, honey, okay, glucose, like that. And some substances which are not dissolving in the water, they are called insoluble substance, like chalk powder and sand and rubber powder and other material. Okay, next I want to discuss that we can change the state of the matter. We can change the state of the water. Okay, what it means? That means liquid water can be changed into solid ice, and the liquid water can also change into the vapor. Not only the water, any matter can be changed. Okay, either by heating or cooling. Here I am giving you example. Okay, if I am boiling the water, okay, if I am providing heat. Okay, so they are converting into the water vapor, and water is the example of liquid and water vapor is the example of gas. So by heating we are converting water into water vapor. Okay, that means liquid is converting into gas. Whereas if we are cooling the water, we are keeping the water in the refrigerator, then what is happening? The water is converting into the ice. The water is liquid, whereas ice is solid. So if we are providing coolness, the liquid is changing into the solid. So by this way we can change the state of the matter. This is called the interchangeability of the matter. Okay, and the process melting, it is called the melting. What is melting? When the solid will convert into liquid, it is called melting. When the liquid is converting into gas, then it is called evaporation. Then if the gas is converting into the liquid, it is called condensation, that happen in the water cycle. And if the liquid is changing into solid, it is called freezing. Okay. The last topic is the solution. Okay, the concept of solvent, solute and solution. Okay, here the solution. What is solution? Solution is a liquid in which we are putting the solute. Okay, suppose we are keeping the salt into the water, so salt is the solute, whereas water is the solvent, and after mixing both each other, okay, that will become the solution. Okay, the solution is the mixture of solute and solvent. Solute is the substance which is dissolving into the liquid. Okay, and the solvent is the liquid, okay, which get dissolved the solute. Last And the very important concept is, when we add sugar or the glucose or salt in the glass of water, the level of the water does not increase. Here you can see, you can compare the level of the water. The level of the water is absolutely same. Okay, that means if we are putting the salt, then why not the level of the water is increasing? Because whatever empty space is there in between the molecules of the water, only in between them the particle of the salt is going. Okay, this is the concept. Suppose in your bench you are sitting 3 students, then one more space is there, then one more student will come and they can sit, so the size of the bench is not increasing. Why? Because only whatever space was provided, only there the student is sitting. So the same thing is happening here. Whatever empty space is there in between the molecules of the water, there only the molecules of the solute is going, and that's why the level of the water is not increasing when we are adding the soluble substance. Remember, soluble substance. If we will add the insoluble substance, then the level of the water can increase. But if we are adding sugar, salt and the other soluble substances, then the level of the water will not increase. I hope this video will be helpful to revise your chapters. All the best for the exam.